Okay, I know I just put out an Epic Universe video a couple days ago, but in the middle of writing that script, there was an exciting new update. Screamscape just put out a new report about the Universal Monsters area, which includes some strange new details. Being my most anticipated land at the park, I wanted to do a deep dive into these new rumors. Much of this is speculation though, so please take this video with a grain of salt. With that out of the way, let's get into the report. Firstly, the rumored name for this land. According to Screamscape, the working title for this area is the Village of Darkmoor. I tried to see if this was in reference to a previous film or novel, but I'd have to assume it's an original creation since all that popped up was Wizard 101. Darkmoor will be themed to an old European village, which uses their reputation as a monster hub to trick tourists into visiting. It's a fun idea, but one I hope doesn't intrude too much on the otherwise dreary theming. Now let's talk about the major dark ride of this land. Using the same Kuka arm technology as Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey, Monsters Unchained: The Frankenstein Experiment should be incredible. The only update we have on that ride though is the name, which in my opinion is a little long. While fans will likely just shorten it to Monsters Unchained, I don't think the Frankenstein part is necessary. It makes sense for recognizability, but it's just a bit clunky. Regardless, all of this is subject to change in the future. Speaking of change, the biggest news about this new land is in regards to the spinning roller coaster. As discussed before, this land was previously going to be home to a Monsters stage show, which has since been cancelled. The rumored name for the replacement is the Curse of the Werewolf, and while I love the name, we're not so certain about what the ride is. Here's where we start taking a closer look. At first, the rumors suggested this would be an indoor family spinning coaster manufactured by Mack Rides. This made a lot of sense, considering Universal has already worked with Mack to build a family spinning coaster at Universal Studios in Japan. However, back in August, Screamscape reported that this would actually be a launch spinning coaster like Time Traveler at Silver Dollar City. This model is separate from Mack's regular spinning coaster, with the title Extreme Spinning Coaster. With only 2 of these currently operating, this rumor was extremely exciting. Not to mention, construction seemed to follow the idea that this would be an outdoor launching coaster. But on November 5th, 2022, things got a lot more complicated. According to Screamscape, Universal is considering using the same trains featured on Cobra's Curse at Busch Gardens Tampa. There's a few reasons this is strange. Mainly, Cobra's Curse is a family spinning coaster, not an extreme one. The restraints don't allow for truly intense moments, especially the inversions we see on the other extreme models. Basically, if this is the train design Universal is going for, it seems unlikely it'll be as intense as we may have thought. However, none of Mack's traditional spinning coasters have used a launch, and at this point, it seems fairly certain that Curse of the Werewolf is a launch coaster. That's why, up until now, it's been safe to assume this is an extreme spinning coaster. For context, both of the current extreme spinning coasters, Time Traveler and Ride to Happiness, feature at least one launch. So, what's going on? Is this an extreme spinning coaster or not? Unfortunately, I think I'll have to go with the disappointing option and say I expect this to be a traditional spinning coaster. Using the same trains as Cobra's Curse makes a lot of sense for a park like Universal. Unlike every other spinning coaster, these trains have all guests facing the same direction, rather than back to back. Pairing that with the customizable rotation these cars offer, and I think we could see something similar to Cosmic Rewind at Epcot, minus the indoor part. For a park that loves to theme their rides, having a train that directs guests' attention is extremely important. Not to mention, Universal seems to be targeting a family audience with this park. As cool as it would be, having an extreme spinning coaster would scare a lot of people away, and there's already an intense launching coaster at the hub of the park. As for the launch featured on this ride, I think it may just be a matter of customization. Mack has already experimented a lot with this model, from chain lifts to full-on elevator lift hills. With their expertise in launch coasters, it's not out of the question they'd incorporate one here, especially with the money Universal is sure to give. As a whole, I think this rumor makes a lot of sense if it turns out to be true. Things could change in another month or 2, but right now, I'd expect to see a family launch coaster coming to the Village of Darkmoor. Check out this video for even more on the Universal Monsters area, and if you enjoyed, please be sure to subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.